Hello everyone and welcome back to the Bus by TML Studios. Today we are exploring the depot that is featured as part of the Early Access Phase 1 and it's Betriebshof Indira Gandhi Strasse, which on the map, if you take a look, is all the way there to the very far right hand side. This, as was hinted at by the developers themselves on TML Studio on their very own Discord server, if you continue along where the line 200 will operate, you will eventually reach the bus depot, which is Indira Gandhi Strasse. So today, along with me, we'll be taking our first look at the Indira Gandhi Strasse depot. So basically the depot, once you get to Alexander Platz, which is a terminus of line TXL, which is just up ahead, we continue straight ahead and we're going dead to Indira Gandhi Strasse. And here we are in the Scania Citywide CW, the 18-meter bendy bus. And one thing to note is once you complete the route, you'll get this thing. This means to exit, and this means to continue the next route. If you just click this, you don't actually have to continue the next route. You can just drive straight ahead and go wherever you want. Although the navigation will always navigate you or tell you to go back towards where the route that you're doing or is you're scheduled to do starts and finishes. Okay. Now, while we're driving along to Indira Gandhi Strasse, I thought I would talk a bit more about the bus and future development, etc. So, currently, one thing to note is that some areas on the map, if you take a look at the map, you'll notice that some areas are not along the line TXL, but they're actually locked. So, if you try to go in them, you'll be stopped by an invisible wall. And TML Studios have said that some areas will be locked during the early access phase 1 or some of the early access phases because they're not yet finalized. However, luckily the area towards Indira Gandhi Strasse, that's there and that is drivable, so that hasn't been blocked by an invisible wall, which basically means now we can go and explore it. But I will be clicking at M once in a while just to see where we're going. Another thing is I don't know how exactly you can turn the navigation off, but you know, another way to do it is just look at the M, because if you look at M once in a while you can just look at it and then know which way to go. Another thing that they did mention in one of the dev diaries was actually, you notice here the tram tracks, there's some grass on the tram tracks. I think that's just because this area isn't finalized yet because it's along the line 200. They probably just need to fine tweak the grass, which I don't envisage would be too hard. Okay, we're just gonna quickly turn here because I don't want to be hanging about at these lights too long. But yeah, what they said is that the bus also has tram tracks, which, you know, leaves a lot of potential for the game. So they have kind of alluded to that once they get full release out in about a year and a half, they may potentially consider adding in drivable trams, which in a way would then compete fully with Tram Sim, which is also on the Unreal Engine 4. But another thing is that, well, TML have said that all their updates for the game will be free for those of you who own early access up to phase 3. The DLCs will be payware. Any DLCs may be payware. So potentially, if they decide to add in trams, they actually may be payware. We never know. Another thing that's interesting is that they've actually added in the depot, because I know for phase 1 they said it's just going to be line TXL, and the depot is, you know, quite a distance far out from Alexander Platz, so I wonder why they decided to add in the depot now, but I guess it's one of those things that's been done. This game's been in development for 4 years now, so it started development in 2016, so, you know, it's a fairly long project in the making, but, you know, it's hopefully it will pay off for them. Yeah. One thing that's a bit awkward is actually currently you can't change the view with your, like, well, you actually can, but it's a bit of a nuisance. So I kind of find it easier just to use the 4 and the 3, which is it's basically the keybinds to change the views. But I find it sometimes a bit awkward driving like that. Now, I think we go straight ahead. Yes. Oh, by the way, these blue things, they're water pipes. They do have some elevated water pipes around. I'm not too sure why, but I remember noticing that myself when I was building. I think one of the tour guides actually they referred to it, but I kind of forgot what they said. It'd be nice to have some bicycles or cyclists around, because there's some bicycles there, but there's some cycle lanes there, I mean. But that might increase life. There is a bit of tearing here, but I'm not sure if that's because of my system, or I think more, or is it more because this area is not yet finalized, so it needs some optimization tweaks. And stop. I'm pretty sure that truck ran a red light, but sure, look at no pedestrians crossing either. Huh. wonder what that chap's doing there. Oh, there's parked bicycles there as well. Yeah, a lot of bicycles. Clearly, bicycles are quite popular in Berlin by the looks of it. Because you'll notice they're like along the poles. They're not locked or anything, but like in cities like Amsterdam, they don't even lock the bicycles. Because in some places, unfortunately, bicycle theft is quite prominent. Oh, there's a motorbike as well. Oh. There's a nice park as well. Kind of just nice to have some greenery here. Look at those houses, like the tree going into the window. Yeah, not the most ideal situation. One thing to mention is while the map has a lot of like details in terms of like, you know, parked bicycles and that kind of thing, in one of the areas where the detail isn't, like the attention to detail hasn't been basically put in as much, is towards the bus stops, because what you'll notice actually all the bus stops are generic. So in contrast to Omsi 2 and especially like Addons like London or even Spandau, which is the default map, the Berlin Spandau map, where the route numbers are actually on the bus stops. They're not here. Here they're just the default H, which stands for Hauptstelle. But you know, at the end of the day, I don't know how many people actually pay attention to the, you know, the stop numbers. Is it one of those things that's worth the extra nitty-gritty stuff that has to be done in order to incorporate that? Another thing is that I think some of the Spandau areas actually might be in the bus at some point, so it'll be interesting to compare the Omsi 2 map of Spandau with the bus map, with the areas that are both featured in both maps, because obviously Omsi 2 was set in around 30 years ago, depending on what time you use the chrono function, whereas this one, well, this one is set, you know, present day. And there's an Audi as well, yeah. Funny enough, they have the same branding as the Tramsim Audi. It's like those 4 triangles. It's meant to be an Audi. It's a knockoff Audi. Audi. Obviously, they can't use it due to copyright, so I keep clicking the wrong thing. I'm looking for M. But then we go straight ahead. Now you stay there. The AI also, this is something I completely forgot to mention in my review video, but the AI behaves quite well. It does sometimes turn in front of you, which is a bit sketchy, but you know, luckily that's not too prominent. But yeah, that's another bonus, because a lot of the time in Omsi 2 the AI kind of cuts across. You hear the AI stops, it behaves quite well. If you crash into the AI, it will just move off. Well, and I know, and also it's kind of more realistic in the sense that if there's a crash, it turns on the indication lights, and then you know you have to stop and, as in, call the police as it is in Omsi 2. But yeah, here it just drives off. So is this a tram depot? Oh, this looks like a tram depot. Let's take a look. I'm curious. Hope you are too, and you don't mind me just getting out of the bus to take a look at here. Yeah, there seems to be a tram here. Oh, yeah, is this a tram yard or is this a heavy rail yard? Boom. This might be actually a heavy rail unit. Looks more like a heavy rail unit. There's a fuel station. You can also actually refuel the bus in game. I don't think they refuel buses in fuel stations. Usually most depots have their own kind of fuel tanks. But look, sure, it's there. I don't know. Ah, there's Lidl. Yeah, there's quite a few Lidls. There was one along the TXL. There's the second Lidl. I mean, Lidl is German after all. There's the recycling plant, so you go to recycle the brown, green, and you know, like your translucent glass bottles, the grey ones, the ones that are completely see-through. Oh, here's a river. Oh no! Oh, there's a rail line. Never mind, not a river. Yeah, so there's the railway. But nice to have some AI charms at some point. I wonder if that will get implemented. Yeah, so keep going ahead. Yeah, you notice in the map you kind of have to do a detour, but that's actually, if you look on Google Maps, it's actually like a closed road, so while there may be a shortcut as the crow flies, the crow flies, not the crow. Yeah, completely messed that up there. The crow flies. It actually doesn't appear in. It actually doesn't appear. It's, you know, you can't actually go through it in real life. That passenger light doesn't seem to be very well defined on the right hand side, but sure. It is what it is. Now that's one of those poles. Those poles, you actually see them a lot. I wonder what they're really meant to be. Okay, I think we can go soon. Yeah, oh yeah, there we go. Oh, that's at the turn left. Yeah. Ah, Bosch. There's Bosch. Yeah, so a lot of real life company brands there, so which kind of, I guess, adds to the realism, because in real life that's where Bosch's headquarters are, where we passed that was where Lidl was. So I think, I don't know how exactly the copywriting works in these, but I think some of them have a specific license which allows them to feature in video games without any cost, you can see. So yeah. So we have to turn left here, so let's turn on the indicator. I keep forgetting to actually put, oh never mind, you just follow the road. I keep forgetting to change my key points to put 7 and 9 on the numpad as the indicator, so I have to use the default ones, which are Q and E. So I think driving by default you can use the WASD or the arrow keys. Yeah, for some reason my performance is kind of going down a bit here, which is strange. I would have thought Alexander Platz would be where the performance takes the biggest hit, but I don't know. We'll see when this is kind of like finally implemented, if it's just a matter of optimization or if it's just there's more polygons around in this area. Because yeah, the more polygons there are, the bigger the performance dip is. This area seems quite nice. There's some coaches parked there. Oh. Look, the taxi has a passenger in it. Yeah, there's a lot of trees as well. Actually, no, that could be it. It's probably the trees. One thing actually to mention is, especially in the Unreal Engine 4 games or the simulators anyway, the trees actually do impact performance quite a bit, because they have a lot of individual just polys, because they're quite detailed. Especially with charms, so I know that was an issue where there's charms, wherever there's trees, there's more lag. So that's probably why we're having some performance issues, although they're not too major. Why are these cars going so slow? You gotta love when they're both going so slow and they're blocking both lanes. Like, if you're gonna go in the slow lane, just stick to one. If you're gonna be all slow, just stick to one lane. There's the van driver blocking the cycle lane, but you know, shit happens in real life. Parked also, like, wheels hitting footpath. Actually, no, we have to turn right, so let's do it. I think we'd have to turn here anyway. Yes, we do. There's more trams, yeah. I do look forward to hopefully them implementing trams, because it's always nice to have some AI trams driving about. And there is passengers waiting at the stop, surprisingly. Obviously there's no trams yet, so they probably just put in some like passenger paths in there as well. There's one walking around on the tram platform. There's a bit of flickering of the tram tracks and the shadows again. So you could on higher spec PCs might not encounter this. Why is this a red light? I'm guessing they haven't really implemented the passenger paddings along crossing yet, but perhaps that will be added into the future. It seems to be a bit bugged at Alexander Platz because they kind of cross the middle of the road, or near Alexander Platz. There's a Mercedes. I'm not sure what car brand this is meant to be. It looks familiar, but it escaped my memory. And okay, waiting along. I think, was this picture taken during night? It seems there seems to be some reflections there that don't seem quite right on the OBI building. So I think probably like out of all buildings, that one's probably the least best made, or in other words, worst made. But I think all the other ones are made quite well. But this one, I think the lighting's it's a bit off. But you look, most are well made, so we can forgive one or two that are a bit dodgy, at least, and maybe some people don't agree, so, it's all down to opinion. And we go straight, yeah. Okay, we're running a red light here, kind of, but look up. Yeah, there's some more grass going on the tracks. I'm not sure what's happened there, because I thought the grass would be placed there, so I'm not really sure why they've placed the grass kind of on top of the tracks. I'm pretty sure they mow the grass there. I know in some places they kind of leave the grass to overgrow, but in most places they don't, and you'd have the grass cut even, so it doesn't actually interact with the tram, so to speak. Sparkasse, that's like a savings desk. Probably like a deposit bank account. Oh yeah, I forgot this doesn't go automatically. Just click 2 and it recenters. The other thing is, like, the people are like usually on their phones or they talk to one another, so that's something again where this kind of exceeds Omsi 2 is there's a lot more realism in what people are doing. Yeah, sorry about that. Performance here is a bit all over the place. Yeah, this is the issue. I didn't need to get a new GPU, but unfortunately, I should have got the 550 XT while it was like £200. But me not having actually researched the market properly. Now they're all. I'm sure some of you who kind of looked into it, you probably know there's a massive shortage at the moment. There is people who are. There's people who are, using them for Bitcoin mining and cryptocurrency mining. There's people who are using GPUs. Scalpers. Scalpers are people who buy stuff at a low price and then resell them for a high price. This is kind of artificially inflating the prices. Well, not artificial, but it's inflating the prices of GPUs. So now they're quite expensive. So it's not really the ideal time to be buying a GPU at all. So yeah, the 1050 will have to do for now. Which it does for most games, but I think with the bus it's pushing its limits. But I know a lot of other people are also wondering whether the 1050 will run on the bus. As you can see, it does. It runs fairly well on the TXL. I'm not sure this is just an issue of optimization. I'm not sure why it's so bright here as well. Okay, I think we turn right now. Yes, we do. So we're almost at the depot now. Yeah, interestingly enough, most of the trams in Berlin got removed. Not in Berlin, in West. Most of the trams during when Berlin was split into two in West and East, most of them got removed in West Berlin. Whilst in East Berlin they were maintained. So most of the trams now that are around are in East Berlin, although some of the tram tracks were extended up to West Berlin. Another thing is also that some streets actually don't have operational trams anymore. Like they have the tram tracks there, but they don't actually run there. And I don't know why they haven't removed the trams there, but I guess it's part of the history in a way. But I think the overhead wires have been removed. Can't remember where exactly this was. Yeah, the horizon there is kind of a being. Oh, there's another little. Oh, there's McDonald's as well. Yeah, McDonald's always seems to show up in these games. It's in because it shows up in Tram Sim as well. Yeah, so is a depot there? Let's zoom into the map. No, it's not. It's the next turn. Oh, look, it's telling us to turn via the depot, yeah. Now we can follow the map. Yeah, because apparently, so we can't do a turnaround there on the boulevard. I'm also in the wrong lane. I am aware. And slightly, not positioned correctly at all. Oh, there you go, go. Oh, there's your ad, burnout. Oh, that's why it was red, because I was in the wrong place. What does that say? Buche jetzt online. Oh yeah, book now. Book now online. Yeah, is this where we turn? Yes, I think it is. 3. Yes, I think, yeah, there's your depot. So here we are, Indira Gandhi Strasse depot. So I'm not sure there's any static buses here yet, but this is what the depot looks like. The Betriebshof. I'm pretty sure the depots here by the BVG ones are quite big actually, because they seem to have less, but like with loads of buses about. So let's take a look. I don't know. There's a house thing. What's that for? Is that a bus? That looks like some sort of man or Mercedes parked up. I think that's why it's telling us to park. We'll park there at the end because I have a feeling if we park there it's going to end the session. So I just want to drive around here and see what's hiding about before we do that. But yeah, let's take a look at the depot. Yeah, so there is. Oh, that's a Scania Citywide. There's a Scania Citywide parked up. Is that from the TXL as well? Oh wow, that one's waiting to start off the TXL. I think it would say Betriebshof, which is depot, basically means depot run. But yeah, there you have it. Let's go into home because yeah, this is one thing I like. You have this screenshot function. If you click home, and basically allows you to free roam around and get some nice screenshots. Yeah, so this is going to be our thumbnail. Just trying to find the right thumbnail. Oh, I clicked. Oops. I clicked home. The sky also looks better now. It was kind of look two-dimensional. Sometimes the clouds look two-dimensional. Like there it looks three-dimensional. I think it's just a bit hit and miss. And there also, with your camera, you can actually change all the features. You can hide the player. You can change the resolution, the field of view. And actually, let's try that. Let's increase the field of view. Oh. No. Don't like that. Yeah, oh, that I could just do myself with the... I think that was on 80. There we go. Let's see if there's anywhere else to... Oh yeah, we can. This is out of bounds. Yeah, so there's only so far you can use the free camera. You can't fly around like a Euro Truck Simulator, but you have to use the dev console for that. Okay, so we're gonna go park up where it tells us to park up, but I don't think yet the interior's available. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be any buses in there. Are those the pits? I think that's where they fix the buses. That's like the shed. But yeah, this is Indira Gandhi Strasse. They obviously need to add in the actual static buses, but I'm not sure if they start adding in loads of buses, will that increase lag? Maybe not. And also, there's some electric charging stations. If you take a look there, those are electric charging stations. I think those are probably for the East towers, because I know in Berlin they have some East towers that are electric. But yeah, the depot is quite big, and you know, obviously it's not yet fully implemented, but it will be in one of the later phases. But yeah, this is how you get to Indira Gandhi Strasse depot. This is what it looks like. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up if you did. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for more content of the bus. I just need to go the other way around. And, you know, give it a thumbs up as well. If you have any questions, comments, I would love to hear your own thoughts on the bus. Do comment down below. And make sure to join the Discord as well to stay even more on top of the bus and Omsi 2 and other simulators. Now, where is the bus hiding? There it is. Kind of gives an ETS2 vibes for some reason. Oh, you even have, I think that's the administration center. Yeah, you can even see inside it. So now if you get out, you can walk around the depot. Yeah, so open the doors. You gotta love how the bus kneels when you open the doors. Let's shut them back. And yeah, let's see now if you can go inside anywhere and just explore this area. I will also do a video where we do the last TXL of the day and then go into the depot, but being like during night time. I probably won't do that as commentary, but you know, I don't know. Yeah, do let me know also if you prefer to see commentary videos or no commentary videos. Yeah, let me just get a screenshot here as well. Maybe I'll use this one. Yeah, I kind of like it. You can also capture the screenshot this way. I think this saves it to a different place. I'm just using the Steam thing because when you do this, I think it hides that stuff, which is handy. And then let's just click home, and let's see what else is around. Yeah, I'm just gonna go take a look at the two sheds, and then we'll finish off the video. Go into the bus, yes. The bus is an interesting name to choose because a lot of time with, you know, these online kind of like any sort of online business, you always want to choose a name that's kind of unique, because then it's less then once it kind of gains traction SEO wise, it's unique. Whereas the bus, because like the bus, if you look up the bus, other stuff starts to come up as well. So I think a lot of times you have to have the bus TML, but look, we never know. It's not a bad name. Yeah, oh yeah, I could have driven in here rather than slightly quicker. But yeah, the thing about the bendy buses is they're a bit hard to maneuver if you get stuck having to reverse out. So yeah, this is one of the areas. There's a Volkswagen Golf Scirocco. Or is it a Polo? They kind of look the same, but I think it's a Scirocco. I wonder if you can go into that bus. I wonder why this bus is. It's probably. Let's see. No driver in there. Yeah, you can look at that. Oh, oops. Yeah, it's not moving for some reason, so maybe, I don't know. Oh, I don't know what's happened there. But you know. Oh, it's in neutral, never mind. What did I do? No, it's in drive. Okay, look. Sure, it is what it is. You probably can, but you know, I probably clicked something wrong. Oh yeah, oops, blocking the doors. They're not happy. But anyway. Now let's just take a final look at the other place, and then that'll be that. Yeah, it'd be nice when they implement the AI buses, because I am a bit. It's kind of interesting to see that AI bus there, because there's no AI buses implemented as of yet. At least not in the alpha, because this is an early access. The early access. Oh, there's some shipping containers there as well. Interesting. Yeah, this is the pit. So yeah, those are things where they elevate the buses and they have to fix them up. And yeah, okay. Yeah, most of the buses I think are just kept in the yard. But you know, when there's snow, probably cause a lot of extra work. But anyhow, folks, that's it for now. There's a bus all the way over there in the distance. I hope you enjoyed this video. And yes, I'll be giving you even more content of the bus. I'll show you some videos with the rain, with the during night time, going the reverse direction, etc. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Until next time.